Hi, Pastor Wendy here. I came here today to tell you there is nothing wrong with you. Now, I know you might feel different from a lot of people. Many people feel different. And if you feel like you can't really align with the cis-het neuromajority people because you feel very different, that's okay. Being different is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't have to tell you this. In fact, God loves diversity. Okay, you might be wondering, do I have like a direct pipeline to God that I know what they're thinking? Of course not. I mean, I can pray like anyone, sending up my concerns and listen in meditation, but I'm not going to get an email back or a text from God telling me exactly what God thinks. I can look around, though, and observe the universe, well, at least this planet, that God has created. And clearly, God loves diversity. I mean, have you seen giraffes and jellyfish? That's diversity. Even dogs. God created dogs. That's a good one, God. But with dogs, you've got your Great Danes, and then you've got your Chihuahuas. They're all dogs, but they couldn't be more different. So we know that God loves diversity. If you are feeling like people want you to be different from who you are, if people are like, oh, just be yourself, but not like that, or sure, it's okay to unmask, but don't make me uncomfortable. That's not okay if people let you have the idea that maybe you're not okay the way you are, that maybe there's something wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with you. And if you feel like you need to make changes in your life, that, changes can be very positive. Clearly, God also loves change. We're 20 years ago, and 20 years from now, we're all going to look very different because he created us to change. God created humans to be all different colors. And I've heard that the reason behind that, the scientific reason, is people who live closer to the equator need more pigment in their skin to protect them from the sun, and people who live closer to the poles don't need that, so they are much paler. But if we can make sunglasses that change color depending on the environment, then God could have created people like that. Well, he did it with chameleons and octopus. He could have made us change our skin color as needed so that on a sunny, hot day or close to the equator, we could all have very dark skin with lots of pigment. And that if it's night or we're closer to the poles and we don't need protection from the sun, that we wouldn't have the same pigment. God could have done that, but I think God loves diversity. He loves that we're all different from each other. I also think that God loves change. I mean, look at the seasons. Look at human development. Look at butterflies. But sometimes people might give you the feeling that you should not change who you are, as if your body is the way God created you and therefore can never change and that you shouldn't change it. But I don't believe that's true. There are people who decorate themselves with tattoos, piercings. I've heard some people will even change the color of their hair. And if who you are, the spirit that God put inside you, that spark of the soul, God created that. If that spirit inside you doesn't match or align with the body that you're walking around in, and you have the ability to make changes that feel right to you, God will rejoice with you. If surgery will help you feel more like who you truly are, that's great. If you don't need surgery to be who you truly are, that's great too. Each person has their own knowledge of who they are and their own way of expressing it. Some people might want to wear rainbow eyeshadow and purple lipstick, and that's fine. Some people don't like wrinkles and they'll get facelifts. That's okay. Some people want to be taller. They might wear high heels or lifts. And some people need surgery or a hormone therapy to be who they truly are. Or they don't need surgery and they just say, I know who I am. God knows who you are too, and God loves you exactly the way you are. While I was researching this, while I was thinking about what I was going to say to you about there's nothing wrong with you, I came upon a poet named Josie Balka. And I will put a link to her poem. She said it beautifully, and her poem is called There Is Nothing Wrong With You. It really spoke to me when I listened to it, and I hope that it will to you too. Because there is nothing wrong with you. God loves you, and I love you exactly as you are. No mask required.